Okay, so the reason why these people are giving you respect and decent human decency and kindness in a way, or the reason why they are in this energy with you is because these people actually are so intimidated by you that they're afraid of you. Now listen, these people, they may not necessarily like you, okay? They may not like you. A lot of them don't even like you. Some of these people don't even really love you. I'm talking about your family. But you know what? They respect you. And they respect you so much to a point where they are afraid of you. And I'll tell you why. One, they're afraid of you because you are standing in a power that you have never stood in before. The power that you are standing in now, that you've been in over these past few years, is incomparable to where you were when you were in your childhood or emerging adulthood. Okay? And the power that you are standing in now is remarkable, phenomenal. The power that you are standing in now is, it's to a point where they cannot deny how much you have transformed and how much you have grown. And the power that you stand in, they know that you are no longer prey, but you are a great threat to them. If not, you are their greatest threat. Because the one thing that holds so great within you is you hold the power of truth. You hold the power of truth, where you speak your truth, you believe in your truth, you stand on your truth, and you walk your truth, and you live your truth. And because you stand so firm in your truth, unapologetically, they know that they cannot sway you or pull you in different directions, no matter how much they try to manipulate you, deceive you, or guilt trip you. They no longer have control over you because your truth stands firm. You stand 2 feet, 10 toes down on your truth, and you are not about to bend any other way that's going to please somebody else, but be a displeasing and disservice to yourself. No longer are you doing that. No longer are you sacrificing your own mental health and peace just to keep the peace in somebody else's life. No longer are you dimming your light to make somebody comfortable. No longer are you biting your tongue because you're afraid of how someone is going to feel based off of you speaking what you need to, speaking what's on your heart, speaking what's on your mind. Because everybody else, they always spoke their mind. They always said what they wanted to say to you. They always, no matter how rude or disrespectful it was, they didn't care how it made you feel. They said it anyway. And finally, when you realized that you had every right, freedom of speech, you had every right to match their energy the same way that they were treating you, and they no longer could guilt trip you into thinking that they were the only ones that could behave this way, and you had to be super duper obedient and not comply, or not like, when you finally realized that you were able to stand in your truth and speak against them and challenge them and confront them and say exactly how you felt, say exactly what you were thinking, say exactly how they made you feel, say exactly how you felt about them. When you finally started voicing your feelings and expressing yourself, you started opening and activating that throat chakra, They started to see that you are a force to be reckoned with and that you were never weak. You just didn't tap into your power. They realized that you were never the weakest link, because now they see that you can take all of them at once and you still can win. You still can defeat them. You will not back down even if you have a group of people against you. They're afraid of you now because they know that if you can take all of them at once, they know they can't take you by themselves. Because they tried to take you by themselves and they've lost. Because you hold truth. You don't need to put your hands on somebody. You see, they like to use scare tactics and intimidation physically. They like to threaten violence, thinking that that's going to control somebody or scare somebody into submission. They think if they threaten you with their body, maybe like grabbing you or touching you or, maybe getting up in your face, walking up on you, they think that is intimidation. They think that is how you're supposed to handle situations. But baby, you don't need to do any of that. You said firm, calm, and gentle, and you still have more power. You stand in your light and you still hold more power and control in the situation than they do when they are trying to intimidate you. You see, they have to do extra to intimidate you when all you have to do is exist. Your presence alone, baby. You don't even have to utter a word, and they are already intimidated. But their presence is not intimidating. Them existing is not intimidating. So they have to do extra. They have to do the most. They have to do too much in order to intimidate you when you don't even have to do that. That's why they're afraid of you. Because it's much like they used to do those intimidation scare tactics on other people and it worked. People would cower, people would get scared, people would fall into submission, but because you looked them dead in their eyes and you showed them you ain't scared, they know I can't do nothing with this one. I can't like this is I met my match. They be thinking in their head, I met my match with this one. You ever notice how they go from intimidating you to kissing your ass right afterwards because that respect is there? Yeah. But you know another reason as to why they are intimidated by you and why they're so afraid of you is because you speak the truth and your words cut deep. You see, a lot of people, they want to run from their truth. They don't want to face it. But you make people face their truth before they are ready to face it. And when they have to face that truth, it's no going back. They have to see that shit. They have to look at it. They have to accept it. They have to digest it. They have to process it. You force them into shadow. You force these people into shadow work when you speak your truth. You force these people to look in the mirror when you speak your truth. They may deny it and deflect and gaslight in the moment, but baby, deep down, they are going through shadow work, and that shit is not pretty. It's not pleasant. Your words cut deep. You have spoken your truth to some people, to your abusers. You have made those people cry tears. They have wept. They have sobbed because they've been suppressing that pain for so long, and you brought it up to the surface. And sometimes you brought it up violently. Sometimes you pulled out that sword of truth and you stabbed them with it. You stabbed them, cut throat. Why? Because they spent so much time trying to gaslight you, trying to project onto you, trying to deflect that you said they throwing swords all up in your back, all up in your heart. You pulled that sword out of you and you stuck it right back in them and said, you're going to carry your own burden. You are going to face this truth, whether you like it or not. You're going to face this truth. Because you not facing your truth is harming me. No longer will I be harmed because of your lack of accountability. Face your truth. Come on, man. Yes, I'm very poetic. Thank you. But yeah, they afraid of you, baby. Because they don't want to face the truth when you're around. They get scared when you're around because they don't know what to expect from you. They know that you can pop off at the mouth. They know that you can do something that'll really send them in a frenzy or hurt their feelings.